Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector and the host of the Go Collect speculation video. In this episode, we are going to spend some time talking about 6 blog posts that have been sent in to Go Collect. This first blogger does something that I think is really cool. This second blog post is actually near and dear to my heart. So this next blog post is right up my alley. I want to play a game. The MCU has done some pretty interesting things, right? The folks over at Go Collect, it was all about more than meeting the eye. You could potentially get ahead of the curve, and we all know that Marvel is going to do something with Daredevil. While we are on this topic of Spider-Man, we have to acknowledge the elephant that is in the room, and the elephant is Miles Morales, a 3.5 sold. So there you have it. We have reached the end of another Go Collect weekly recap. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we'll tune in next week.
Hey everyone, welcome to Wizard World Virtual Experiences. I'm Liz Prue, co-founder of PureFandom.com, and I'll be moderating today's One Tree Hill panel. Big thanks to our sponsor, Go Collect. You guys just saw that awesome video. Go Collect is the #1 source for collectibles. They track the sales of graded comics and have robust analysis tools for their users. They stay active on social media and have giveaways every week. They also have an expansive blog with topics on comic book speculations, video games, concerts, posters, and pretty soon they will be launching price guides for concert posters and video games. Their mission is simple: to make collecting better, so be sure to check them out at gocollect.com. We are so thrilled to have these celebrities here today, and we're thankful to have all of you guys, all of you One Tree Hill fans, watching from all over the world. We're looking now, and you guys are submitting where you're from. We have fans in Seattle, France, Denmark, Ohio, Australia, Illinois. This is awesome. So make sure you give your hearts, your thumbs up emojis as we rock and roll through this panel here. We are streaming to you live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So make sure that if you are watching from here, you make sure to check out wizardworldvirtual.com for the free celebrity panels, in addition to paid exclusive experiences, including one-on-one private video chats, custom recorded messages, and autographs. Those will all continue to be on sale throughout the week. So even if you're watching this as a replay, if you're able, definitely check out those once-in-a-lifetime experiences with your favorite cast members. And also, don't forget to check out past signed memorabilia and work of art from our favorite artists and vendors at wizardworldvault.com. It's pretty much Wizard World's virtual convention floor, and because we can't do these in-person conventions, we really want to continue to support those artists that are usually at our cons. So make sure to check out wizardworldvault.com. Okay, we'll be asking your questions throughout the panel, so make sure to drop all of your questions in the chat on whatever platform you're streaming on so we can give you a big shout out. Let's get to what you guys are all here for. Let's get to intros. I want to make sure you give a heart, smile, thumbs up emoji for your favorite character as we bring them in. Okay, first up, we have the basketball dads of all basketball dads, Dan Scott himself, Paul Johansson. Woo-woo.
Hello.
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
How you doing there?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait to talk to our fans. We're all grateful. One Tree Hill has been a big part of our lives, so we love to give back as much as we can.
Awesome. We love it. That's why we love the show. Okay, next up, we have Deb Lee, Barbara Allen Woods. Woo!
Hey! Hi! Hey, Polly, I love that look. Pretty sexy.
Well, my horse is over there. He's waiting for a ride, so come on over.
It's a side I've never seen of you.
It's Barry Corbin in disguise.
I love it. Okay, everyone. Next up, Chris Keller is here. Everyone, please get it up for Tyler Hilton.
Woo!
What up?
Hi.
Yes, I also think it's a sexy look, Paul. I just want to weigh in there.
All right. All the way from London, Ontario.
All the way from... It's a lot of almost Canadians. This is where you guys are right here in my view. Paul, Barbara. Anyway, cool.
Oh, there you go. Okay, next up we have the founder of the Clean Teams group, Shelly Simon, Elizabeth Harnois.
Hi, guys.
There she is.
Hi, we here. Did we see her?
Yeah.
You need to wish
Amy,
harder.
Come on, Elizabeth.
Just might want to hit the stop video button. We do hear you though. We're glad you're here.
Elizabeth!
She's coming. She's coming. We'll make sure that she gets on here. Let's bring in our last celebrity. Put
There
your
she
hands
is.
together for Marcus Coloma.
Marcus.
Hey guys, how's it going? Hey.
Yeah.
Everybody's here. This is amazing.
Welcome, guys. We already have fans giving all sorts of love on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining. Elizabeth, if you can hear us, you may need to press the stop video button in the lower left so we can see you.
Kind of a cool picture of Elizabeth.
That
right
is a
now.
cool
Yeah,
picture.
dude.
I was thinking.
Can I just take a screenshot of it real quick? Because I feel like she's gonna dig that. I don't know. Oh wait, no, it didn't change. All right.
Did it change? Oh, sorry.
Oh
no.
shit! It moved, and
There she is.
Oh, there she is! Yay!
It moved, and I just got a picture of Marcus.
Hey, there
That's
you
a
go.
great
send that to
photo,
you.
though.
Send that to me. Sell it on eBay. I don't know what to do.
Well, guys, since we've all been
You guys.
hello. So a lot of fans are wanting to know, since we are in year 12 of quarantine, what activities or shows have you guys been binging? Because a lot of fans, particularly on purefandom.com, have been binging One Tree Hill because it's one of the best shows to binge. Have you guys been catching up?
Remember when Tiger King came out? That was the beginning of quarantine. Doesn't that seem
Oh my
forever
God.
ago?
Yeah.
True. True.
That was the beginning. That's so crazy.
Uh-huh. I don't even remember that.
Did you see it? It's probably the best show I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know why I was so obsessed. If you didn't know anything about
Only
it,
because you were in quarantine. It's only because you're in quarantine.
yeah, probably.
Now, this time was the luckiest for them. I mean,
Oh.
you know, had it been so successful, who knows?
Crazy.
Does anyone else
Are we
doing
supposed
anything?
to, so are you asking us about our binging shows?
Yeah, binging shows. Have you picked up any hobbies during quarantine?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna finish.
I cut people off when I talk, but I've been doing like an 80s binge. I've been going back to like old school 80 films that I really liked. That kind of inspired me to become an actor. Been on a Harrison Ford kick recently.
Hey.
I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, Elizabeth, I'm not sure. You're cutting out a little bit.
Is Elizabeth giving me the stink eye, or did she freeze?
I think it was a freeze frame. What
I
about you,
did some other
Barbara?
shows though, so if you guys have some suggestions, I started watching like Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, it's
so
cool.
good.
I got into the morning show on Apple TV. That was surprisingly good, I thought.
So good.
Good.
And Jennifer Aniston was great. Like, holy shit, she was so good.
Best she's ever been. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, I don't know if she won something for that, but I was like, she should win something, or I don't know. And
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard she kills it in that.
Ozark is cool. I've been binging that.
I'm back.
Is she back?
Is she back? A little bit. We can kind of hear you. Oh no. We'll make sure the guys behind the
Yeah.
curtain are taking care of that to make sure that.
So I'll just weigh in on the shows. I haven't been very good at watching much that stuff. My son is kind of been dictating what we watch. We've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on science and physics and interstellar travel and for me I don't know. I think it's been a lot about I've been trying to be productive, so I've been working on scripts and doing research on the people I'm writing about and just kind of filling myself up with a lot of don't shoot me, a lot of self-help stuff, a lot of growth, a lot of
That's cool.
things about. I think the one thing that I will say, and I'm sure that my really sort of my family cast would agree, is we spend a lot of time around people, so especially in our business. So to have that, really, I see the blessing to be spending time alone and get to know myself and make myself a friend again after all these years. Kind of been enjoying that process.
Yeah, it definitely forces you to take a look at things and to look at life and what's important and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It has been a blessing, I guess, out of it all.
I think so.
Yeah, I love it too. I feel the same way. I'm kind of like, I mean, if as long as everyone's safe, I wish this would keep going for a little while. And if like money was coming in, that'd be cool, you know. Or if I just knew that it was all going to come back at some point, you know, that would be nice. But there's that fear where you're like, how long is this going on?
Or will it ever be the same again? When we go back to, will we recognize it?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you remember when we left you guys to One Tree Hill back in the 2003? When we left, you used to go to auditions and audition in front of producers and directors, and they would give you direction, and you would have an interplay, and there would be some sort of, you know, you'd get to know them, they get to know you, and then they'd hire you based not just on your performance, but on sort of a feeling they had about you. And then when we came back, I never met hardly any casting directors. It's all self-home tapes and all this other stuff. It was already beginning to go where we are now.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what the Canadian
strange doing an audition at your house because you got to like run around and do things, but it's just you and a cell phone in a room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a strange time.
And now they have Zoom for everybody who's listening here. You test for a TV show, you test for it, and usually they have mix and matches where you read with other actors. And now they have the reading with other actors on a Zoom call just like this. Like right now, I don't even know where I'm looking. I'm looking at you, Paul. Like I'm trying to talk to all of you.
I'm looking at me too.
Paul's having a great chemistry read with himself, actually.
The fact that you have to just show chemistry in a situation like this is practically impossible.
That's a great point. Elizabeth, what do you think?
I agree. I'm having a hard time getting my chemistry in on this conversation with you.
You're very clear right now. It's like the best it's been. This is good.
So took off my earbuds. I tried to uncomplicate things.
Way better.
I turned off my cellular. Only my wife. I did all sorts of things because it kept
troubleshooting.
Fingers crossed.
I may have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would say, what are you binging, Elizabeth? Because I need more ideas. And
I just binged, and I know I'm super late to the party for all of you Canadians and living in Canada. Schitt's Creek. I just binged the crap out of Schitt's Creek, and
okay, I haven't tried that. Is it that? Everyone says it's great.
So good. It's like a socially conscious, amazing comedy with one of my, Catherine O'Hara is like one of my favorite people of all time as a comedian. It's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Check it out if you want to laugh, and it's both comedy and very real, heartfelt moments and very topical stuff, and but also like I don't know, it makes you happy. Right now, it's a good show to watch.
Okay.
It makes you happy. I
have a shameless plug. Okay, your internet connection is.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
He said your internet connection. That was amazing.
I know. It's like a setup.
Yeah.
I read it. Can you hear me? Can you see?
Yeah, you're good. You're back.
Okay, good. Netflix, Daybreak. That's what I've been watching.
What is that?
Has anyone seen it? What is it, Tyler?
What?
No idea.
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. Anyway, my daughter's in it, so I had to throw that in there because if she's watching it, like, why did you mention Daybreak? But also very topical for what's going on right now.
And your daughters are so talented. All of them are so wonderful.
Thank you.
What a blessing.
Paul.
Yeah.
And like you guys were all saying, I've really enjoyed this time because we've all been in the same house for such a long, longer than we ever have been. So we've just been enjoying, doing puzzles and making dinners together and eating at the dining room table. We've never, ever done that. So life has been pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of family time happening now. Forced family time, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like we're with my mother-in-law, but it's been nice because we have a 6-month-old, so it's really good. Yeah. All right, I'll show you a picture. Fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, I'll look for one as we're talking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at home with my 2.5-year-old and my 1-year-old, and it's very stressful, but also I know I'll never have that again. So it's been, really nice.
My sister has a 2-year-old and says it's been so tough being at home with her while she's just in this age and can't go anywhere. And
Very.
The nice weather helps. Get outside and run around and get the energy out.
Elizabeth, I just saw Chaos Theory, which I thought was really good.
Oh, cool. Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh my gosh, I haven't in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was shot in Vancouver.
Oh, nice. That makes sense.
Yeah. Is anyone
Okay, tonight I'm gonna IMDb all
Wow.
What a cutie!
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Oh,
He looks just like Chad.
Yeah, it's a girl. It's little Winnie.
Oh, so sweet.
so cute.
Beautiful child. Wow. God bless her.
She's a
What's
cutie.
her
Winnie.
Winnie. Oh my god. I love that
Oh
name.
my God.
Yeah, Winnie.
Okay, we're just gonna make Tyler the host, and you're just gonna do a screen
Right.
share the rest of the time of photos of Winnie.
Perfect.
That was
Oh, yeah.
is that your only child?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're
It's crazy. 'cause
new
we-
dad.
Yeah. We planned on
Very-
like taking this year off anyway just to do the baby thing. And she
Wow.
was born late
That's
December.
perfect.
I know. And then the world shut down and we were like, okay.
I know. I was happy that the world shut down because I have to have
Oh.
foot surgery. So
You had what surgery?
I'm about to go and have it, and it's going to take maybe like up to 6 months.
What are you having surgery?
I'm having surgery on bunions.
Hey.
Oh my
Onion!
Yeah.
God. 6
If I had to
months.
guess, that wouldn't have been my guess.
What if
I don't know. That's what they told me. I don't know. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but they said it can take up to 6 months because I have a lot of it going on. It's not ugly. It's just painful. So they're like, it's probably bone and bone. I don't want to talk about this. Anyway.
Whoa, wait, I have questions.
I think we all have questions, actually.
It's a good time. That's a perfect segue for a fan question. Bethany Romano, she says, hi, everyone. Love you all so much. One Tree Hill has been a big part of my life. The show helped me get through some dark times in my life. So I thank you all for helping me see the light in life. What was everyone's favorite part of being on the show or favorite moment or storyline? We'll start with the ladies. Barbara, would you like to?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Paul must get tired of this answer, but it's never going to change. So my favorite season storyline was the love-hate relationship that Dan and Deb had and all the tricks we played on each other. And I mean, there were some scenes that we shot that never even made it to the show. I think they exist on some sort of hidden footage, something somewhere. Do you remember, Paul, the storyline we had where I gave you, what was it? It was some sort of STD or something, right? Wasn't it? Not Barbara, but Deb. Right?
Oh,
No, like,
okay, that changes it. Yeah.
no, it wasn't lice. It was like some kind of something. Like, I don't even know what it was. But anyway, I think this CW
didn't
or
make it,
W,
huh?
whatever it was at the time, said, no, that's too extreme. So I think that they never even aired it. But all the jokes that we played on each other with the like taser and the ear to the phone, the glue on the ear to the phone, and all of that stuff was so much fun. It
Toothbrush.
was like
Yeah.
the what?
The toothbrush.
The toothbrush, yes. Oh, the toothbrush, yes. The comedy amongst all the drama was just like, hey, we're having fun. You guys are crying, but we're having fun. It was the best year.
Oh, that's awesome. Elizabeth, what about you?
My fondest memories are both off camera and on. Like, I had such a great time working with, the cast in general, but one particular memory that I love is all of us were at, not all of us, but the teen cast, even though we were all like 30. We were at Hillary's house and there was a sort of like mild hurricane storm, and we decided to like go out into the storm and like join hands and dance in a circle in the rain, and we all got sopping wet, and it was just like silly fun. It's like we had so much fun working together, but then we became very close friends. My favorite maybe moment shooting the show was when we shot our Spice Girls number. because we were all like, we were kind of partying anyway. We were just having a great time shooting this party scene. And then, you know, we got to do this ridiculous dance number. It was just really fun. Choreography. It was very fun.
I love it. What about you, Tyler?
Yeah, I forgot about the hurricanes. All the hurricanes we had down there together were so fun. They were like really, no, I mean, they were scary, but I'd never been through them. And we would all end up at someone's house. I think like in 2004 or 5, a lot of us ended up at Chad's house and we watched the entirety of Lost, I think over like 2 weeks or something. All my favorite episodes were the ones Paul directed. I always tell him that. I thought Paul was my favorite director. I loved working with him. I truly, it was so fun. Always like the most fun, spontaneous stuff happened. And you direct like a non-director, which I feel like people who play instruments, I love to hear people play instruments as if they don't play that instrument professionally. You know, there's a certain kind of like, I don't know, you know, like rebelliousness if you don't feel like you're taking it seriously. And Paul's a great director, but he doesn't act like a director at all. And there's just something about that that's cool. I don't know. I always like that. Yeah.
That's a great compliment.
Yeah.
Paul, what about you?
I think Marcus needs to go first and then me.
Okay, fair enough. I'll go. You know, for me, I think my favorite thing about it was just coming from LA. I come from a town that's very similar to where One Tree Hill shoots. And I think just going to that environment with all the trees and getting out, and it's such a cute little place that I would have never gone to that place in a million years had it not been for the show. And I think the favorite part of shooting it was just kind of, they're like, James is somebody that I was randomly in an acting class with years earlier. And so it was just kind of fun to meet up with them and kind of reconnect with a couple of people like Brett and James. You know, that's always fun. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I think for me, it's kind of bittersweet. You know, we left all of our friends and family for 9 years to go to Wilmington, which was a beautiful place, and there are beautiful people there. And I made a lot of great friendships. But, you know, what I remember most about it and what I reflect on the most is it kind of touches what Tyler's talking about. It's the moments in between the lines that were really sort of exciting, where we would make more of a script than was on the page. And we had good writers, so this is nothing about them. It's just for us as actors, you know, we can memorize the lines, show up and do our job and go home, and you know, and it can just be, you know, very automatonic. But when you find magic, because we give each other the freedom or we challenge each other, we tend to do that a lot. And that cast, which was, you know, largely unregulated by the adults in charge, we did find great moments, and we were encouraged to. They were good producers. I don't mean it like that. What I mean is that we weren't really pushed that hard. We pushed each other, you know, and I love that. Like with Barbara and our scenes, you know, we found magic that wasn't on the page. We were allowed to explore it. And for sure, Tyler and I mean, I don't even know what kind of a show we were shooting when we were shooting together, because we couldn't keep a straight face. But I just love the magic in between the writing that we were able to find, that I remember countless examples of, that just made it an artistic experience on a show that could have been a little bit pedantic in its service. So.
Well, it showed
on
screen.
Really good actors on the show too. I mean, like, I feel like we've done other shows, a lot of us, and they're kind of populated by just randos. I don't know. And on One Tree Hill, I feel like everyone was just like a heavy hitter, like great actors. I thought, you know, like even all the pretty faces. You know, they're not supposed to be good actors. Everyone's a good actor on the show. Why? So I was looking right at you. Yes. Yeah, you know, it's crazy.
A single person who wasn't pretty on that show.
Yes.
Everybody was pretty, so I hope one of us was talented.
You know, the first day I walked on the set, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like the best looking people in the entire world. It's like, God, I'm like a One Tree Hill 5. You know, I walked on the set.
One Tree Hill 5.
How I feel.
That's funny.
Well, as a big fan, personally, I think it's one of those teen soaps that just like set the bar. I loved it. Love it still. The final season, I think, is like my favorite. It was just absolute absurdity, and I was obsessed. Paul, I would love to know what you thought when you saw what Dan Scott was gonna happen that season. Were you like, yes, let's do this?
I had a good talk before the final season with the producers, and they gave me a strong sense of the direction. I didn't really understand the where we were going to go. What I really liked was that they sent my character off in the penultimate episode instead of the final one, which gave me sort of my own exit rather than the whole show. I went out with everybody else. I got to go out one episode early, which sort of gave a really nice button for Dan's character, and I thought it was a clever way to do it. I will say that I think I've said this before, that the episode and the day that I shot my own death was the same day that my mother died in real life.
Oh.
So it's tied together with a lot for me. So, I don't know if there's a karma or some sort of cosmetic energy in the universe, but it doesn't feel random to me.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
I didn't realize. Dang.
I don't mean to put a downer on this. I mean,
No.
it's still, you're allowed to make jokes about it. It's okay.
Well, it's almost like you said, cosmic in a way of
Yeah.
an ending of many things, many important things. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing.
it's funny you said that about the last season, because the producer did the same thing with me. He was like, just read the first page of the first episode, and if you don't want to come back after reading that, then I understand. And the very first page was like Dan Scott and Chris Keller sitting in a car holding
With a
shotguns.
gun.
And I was like, what? Like, I'm so into this. I don't know where this is going, but I'm so in. It's funny.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
That was the best. We have some fans asking what Meg Bonnie would like to know. What is each of your favorite musical moments on the show? We'll start with the ladies again.
Tyler Hilton, or say Tyler
I
Hilton.
already gave you mine.
Oh, you did? Yeah, Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Okay, that still reigns.
Although I
Barbara?
have to acknowledge
No, anything Tyler.
I
All
was gonna
Tyler.
say, when
Right.
K-Fed appeared.
We want more Tyler.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm serious. More Tyler.
For me, it was Fall Out Boy,
That's it.
watching them perform.
Oh yeah, I feel like shows don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
know.
You know what? Probably when we were all singing, like, along with Gavin DeGraw in the last episode, that was fun. Gavin came and sang the theme song, and we're all in the crowd being buddies, and it
Yeah.
was cute. It was, we didn't mean to. I feel like a lot of us didn't mean to get emotional, because we're like, it's just a show. We're all going to keep in touch, but we're all like, a little
Crying.
bit teary through it.
Hey, am I making this up that One Tree Hill was really the first show that had super cool music, that you're almost watching the show as much for the storyline, as much for the music as the storyline? Wasn't that one of the first major shows that did that? Am
It
I
feels like
crazy?
it.
I think so.
Yeah,
We
no,
did
I think
credit
you're right.
that.
I hear that
Yeah.
a lot. That I don't think there was another, because I was trying to think if, like, there was like the on what's the show, Melrose Place, wasn't there like the Peach Pit or something like that? They kind of had
Yeah.
like
every now, but they didn't make it a centerpiece the way.
they didn't make it like a thing.
Yeah.
Same with Buffy. They had the Buffy the Vampire Slayer had the bronze, but it was never like One Tree Hill.
I mean, people would watch this show, for that reason, and artists wanted to be on the show
For
the
that reason.
exposure.
Yeah.
I feel like it was the first show that really did that. I don't know.
Mhm.
I
Tyler,
like the way they would pick out like that one song for the coda, and whatever like the speech was at the end, that fucking got me every single time. Every time.
Every
It was
time.
like the words and the music they would pick out, and it just was like, I don't know,
So-
man. I think that's wow. That was always my favorite part.
Yeah.
A lot of synergy within the story and the music.
Yeah.
was there a song that you would have liked to have seen, especially for like early 2000s time period, that you would have liked to have either sang any of you on the show or would have liked to have seen performed on the show?
Wait, I have to add, when it comes to music, I have to add this highlight for me when Huey Lewis was on the show.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he's my generation, so
absolutely.
I had scenes with him.
Good.
I was so excited, and we became kind of close during that time. I mean, we really connected, and we talked about kids and life, and there was a lot of downtime in between scenes, and it was the two of us talking, but I couldn't look at him without, in the back of my mind, I just kept repeating, this is Huey Lewis. I'm talking to Huey Lewis. Oh my God, it's Huey Lewis. It's Huey Lewis. It's Huey Lewis. And he was the nicest, sweet. I mean, I think he's still in my phone. Hugh under L, Huey Lewis. Like he's just the coolest guy. Definitely a highlight of my life.
That's awesome.
You know what's a random Huey Lewis story? I totally forgot about this till you said this, but my uncle has played in a band in LA forever at the Sagebrush Cantina out in Calabasas. And my aunt used to work there. And Huey Lewis came in all the time, like in the 90s or the 80s or something. He became obsessed with my aunt and was trying to date her forever and used to send her 12 dozen roses every Tuesday to her house. And she just said, no, no, no. And she was like really into my uncle who was in the bar band. And so anyway, they started dating and he wrote her this song called Roses Every Tuesday. It's one of my favorite songs he's ever written. And it's literally about her picking him over this like huge star that would come into the sagebrush all the time. He was just like a guitar player. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
That sounds like a One Tree Hill storyline.
Yeah.
Totally.
I love it. We have some more fan questions coming in. And remember, fans, you guys, even if you're watching this as a recording, the paid exclusive experiences, including those one-on-one private chats, custom messages, and autographs, are available at wizardworldvirtual.com. So don't forget to check those out. Romy Myers says, I'm from South Africa. One Tree Hill got me through quarantine. I love how close everyone is. Do you think there could ever be a reunion episode?
Yeah.
Why just a reunion? Why don't we do a whole series? Why don't we revisit this and, maybe the 6 of us here should get together and talk about,
Yeah.
I would. The whole show. I don't know.
I've heard things.
On
I
board.
always hear things, but I've been hearing things.
Paul, you'd have to come back as a ghost.
Or something, right? Yeah.
Or
I always thought it'd be interesting to try to do, and this would kill us, or unless they did flashbacks, but to do a prequel, to go and do like the Dan, Deb, Karen in high school storyline with younger versions, and then maybe sort of like play that out, from the 80s.
That's cool. That's really cool. And set it in the 80s. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very hot right now, going back to the 80s. And now it's kind of 80s too, making me feel very old. But yeah.
Or feature or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a yes, Romy.
Romy.
There you go. We have a couple more fan questions here.
I have a question first. I want to know, Tyler, are you putting out any new music these days? What are you doing?
Oh, Paul, you're sweet. No, nothing new. Oh, I put out a song like a month ago. Did a music video.
Where can we get it?
It's on Spotify and on YouTube. Okay. I did a music video with all of Megan and I's wedding footage from like 5 years ago. And like Hillary's in it, and Lee's in it. It's a cute little thing. But yeah.
What is the song called?
It's called When I See You, I See Home. But yeah, it's on Spotify or YouTube or my Instagram.
Check it out, YouTube.
I wrote a little ditty called COVID.
Oh, can we hear it?
Yeah, go something. Let me get my guitar.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, no. My son's in there. I'm not gonna get them.
That'll be part of the reunion special.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
COVID. Everyone will have a set.
Goodbye, COVID. It's called. See ya.
I already.
What if this went on for like 10 more years, but like we obviously didn't know it now, so we're okay taking it in chunks. Like, oh, this will be done in the fall. Oh, this will be done. What if this goes on for like? It's not right.
I don't know. That's a scary thing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
It's going to disappear. I just think that there's going to be ways to better control it, just like the flu. I think that we'll get to that point for sure. Just,
I'm not confident right now because until we get some proper leadership, I don't see anything happening positive. We need intelligent leadership.
Well, I'm planning for forever and hoping for like next month, but crazy. I mean, and I don't even know what precedent. I don't even know what to look back on and be like, oh, here's what they did. Then it's just like crazy.
Well, I feel bad for the kids. Like my little dude who's coming right now to talk to me.
Yeah.
Is he doesn't get come here. Doesn't even get play dates. Take your headphones off for a second.
Is he gonna go?
Hold on. Put this in your ear.
In the fall, right?
Sit on my lap. Hold on. Put this in your ear. You just asked if you know if you're going to school in the fall or not.
Dad, let me tell you this.
Oh, sorry.
I need to tell you So we need a
I'm on. Go ahead.
50 megaton resistant asteroid bunker by 2028.
We need a 50
Because
megaton
that's
resistant
when-
asteroid bunker by 2028.
Because
Well, we better
that's
get started.
when a
Do you have a
extremely
shovel?
large asteroid will be coming so close to Earth that you can see it with normal binoculars.
Did you just learn this on the internet?
Mhm.
Okay, well, we better get ready. So do you have a helmet you want to put on?
Oh boy.
Okay, he's going to think about this asteroid. So I just want everybody to know that there's a 50 megaton asteroid coming
Can we
towards
be
Earth.
freaking out? Is that
You're
real?
heard it here first.
Wow, we heard it there first.
Okay.
Just gonna give this a quick Google while we're talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up.
The asteroid.
Taller than a 20-story building and wider than 100 feet.
Taller than a 20-story building, wider than 100 feet. So that's the asteroid. I got to take my hat off because I'm scared.
Yeah.
I love how he just mic dropped. Like he was like, "That's it.
By the way,
Talk
Yeah, I
about
gotta
it,
tell you
guys."
something.
Okay, so now we know what Paul. We know what you're going to be doing for the next
Sweetheart.
year. And what
Sweetheart,
project
I'm on the phone, honey.
Wait, can I go in here? Wait, okay, so he's right. An asteroid is likely to pass within 30,000 miles of Earth in 2028, and there is a possibility that it would hit Earth. The International Astronomical Agency that tallies the orbits of asteroids announced this yesterday.
Or at least we have
Wow.
2028. I thought it was happening this afternoon.
We have 8 years.
Have a ring pop.
Years.
So there's still time for the reunion. Good.
Yeah, there's
That's
still
all
time.
that matters.
We can
Love
squeeze
it.
that.
Okay.
Well, before we wrap up, I want to make sure we want to know where we can find you guys with any new projects, any new music, behind the scenes work that you're doing. Let's start with the ladies again. We'll always start with the ladies.
Oh, my internet connection is unstable again. So wait, start with Elizabeth. My
okay.
internet connection is wonky. Go ahead.
My focus is however long it's going to take to heal my foot. But I am
Okay,
working on
But
a
the
production.
asteroid's name is
Sort of,
too
I'm developing a movie right now, and with a friend, and that's kind of been put on hold a bit by this whole COVID thing. But we're still working on the creative side of it, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, it's kind of one day at a time at this point. With the way things are constantly changing, it's really hard to plan.
Right.
But doing a lot of, doing what I can in a charitable way. I want to encourage people to keep immune suppressed people in mind as much as the elderly and everyone. That lupus has affected my family greatly, and people with lupus have very suppressed immune systems, and they're therefore much more susceptible, obviously, to what's going on right now. So if anyone's interested in being a part of helping those people, or anyone out there watching this who has lupus, go to the Lupus Foundation of America if you want to contribute in any way. So I've been focusing a lot on that, helping in that way.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Barbara?
So things that are coming up. I'm developing a show with my 13-year-old daughter, soon to be 13. She's still 12.
Wow.
It's been pretty exciting, and things are actually happening with it. So it's pretty crazy. And it's interesting, like somebody else said, it's something I probably wouldn't have done if it hadn't been for this time off. But we've been focusing on it, and it's actually going somewhere, and it's just been really exciting. So that's been our silver lining throughout all of this. My daughter Emily is going to be going to New York to shoot the new Gossip Girl, and she's one of the stars of that. So and that's on HBO Max. They'll be watching for that. And my other daughter Natalie is going to be doing a David Kelly show called The Big Sky, and that's going to be shooting in Vancouver. So
Wow.
that's kind of like what our whole family's doing right now.
That's
Wait, is she
awesome.
Natalie Woods?
Well, she's Natalie Lind.
Oh, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. She wanted to change her name when she was 10 years old. She said, "I'm changing my name to Natalie Woods," but that didn't go over with the hubby, so it's Natalie
That's
Lind.
funny. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's better. Was she a fan of Natalie Wood, or was no?
She loves Natalie Wood. Yeah,
Interesting.
that's not
Oh,
why we named
Barbara
her.
Wood. Got it. Sorry. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
I love all this fierce female energy.
By the way,
Yeah.
where is that whole Natalie Woods thing going? Like, is this guy gonna? What's his name? The husband? Like, it kind of was
Robert
bubbling and
Wagner.
it went away. What?
Robert Wagner.
What's going on with him? Are they gonna like arrest him?
Well, Christopher Walken was on the boat too.
I know. I like read. I got so into it for a second.
Wait, what happened?
So-
What happened with Net?
And it was all this weird Christopher
drowned.
Walken. Paul knows. Paul knows. I can tell. I'm gonna call you later.
Yeah, I have to tell you later.
Oh my
So-
God.
Can that be a part of the reunion special?
No.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, Marcus, what about you?
Well, so I'm currently on General Hospital, which is shut down. But so it's funny. I'm doing things like I auditioned for Captain Crunch today. I can't tell you what the commercial is about fully, but I'd be a dad, so it's gonna be a pretty wild thing if I get that. Honestly, not much, because it's really funny because even if you book something right now, who knows if it's actually going to shoot, But I guess General Hospital would probably be the biggest thing that's going on that you could catch on Hulu. And then we were supposed to start shooting again in July, but that got shut down. So we'll see.
See, thank you. Tyler, what about you?
Oh,
Well, you got the babe.
I got the baby. Yeah,
Yep.
Here I was listening to everyone's answer. I didn't prepare anything. A bunch of random stuff like recording, writing. Like I was producing Billy Ray Cyrus's new record before this whole thing shut down. We're still kind of doing it like long distance, but he's on a farm right now, and I'm up here. So we'll do like one song a month. But we're just I'm writing a bunch and doing baby stuff. So that's pretty much it.
Enjoy it while they're little. It goes by way
Yeah.
too fast.
I know it's been fun. It's been really fun.
Good. Paul, what about you?
Oh, well, I was supposed to leave in 10 days to start prep on a movie in Budapest. The lovely cast with Lawrence Fishburne and Thomas Jane and Terrence Stamp. A really cool sort of Dan Brown type movie about the Vatican and exorcisms. And it was really cool. But the actors rightfully decided that even though there's not a lot of COVID incidences in Western Europe right now, bordering on Eastern Europe, it's safest for us all to just wait and see what happens. So we pushed that. Hopefully we'll be able to get that up and going again in October. That's the plan. But in the last 4 months, I got hired to write a script about the last few years of Ernest Hemingway's life, which I'm really proud of that. And then I just got hired to write a script called Tear Down This Wall about a music promoter and an American music promoter who went to West Berlin, West Germany during the Cold War and decided to put together the most awesome concert ever right on the Berlin Wall so that he could basically fuck with East Germans and the Russians. And it eventually was the impetus for getting that wall torn down. So it's a big music movie with all these cool bands and these cool stories called Tear Down the Wall. So I'm writing that right now with Nick Cassavetes, my partner. So
That's cool.
That sounds amazing.
That is awesome.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that movie going? So Megan's directing a movie. It was supposed to go in March, and then it got pushed to supposed to start this week. Got pushed 2 more weeks or whatever. So August 3rd is supposed to start in LA. Anyway, all the COVID shit is set up for it. And I don't know if it's going to get pushed again, probably. But there's a COVID officer has to be on set. They have to stick that shit up your nose every day. If you're in, have you heard about this? There's like A group, B group, C group. So like A group is the director and the actors.
Yep.
Hair and makeup are the only people that can go between B group and A group. But every day they have to get tested.
Yeah.
And then people that are living with the actors and A group like me
Yeah.
have to get tested like once a week or something. It's just crazy. I can't believe
That is-
it.
Wow.
So weird.
It's
Actors
a
are-
wild.
They're doing their own touch-ups. It's just like crazy. I can't even believe it.
Wow.
Well, I will say, and we get this feedback on these chats and on social as well. Having you guys here with this panel and hearing, just everyone being really transparent and honest about how they're dealing and still trying to create opportunities for themselves and allowing yourself to maybe work on that project or not work on that project just because you're overwhelmed. It's been really, really helpful to us, the fans, and it's been really, really nice to see. We genuinely appreciate you doing this, and
This is the only thing in the entire world that I can remember that we've all gone through at the same time. The entire world, not
whole
America,
world.
not North America, every single person in South Africa, in France. It's just crazy. Like we're all being like, what? When did that happen last? Not even a world war. It only affects certain countries, This is like everywhere. Crazy.
Very true. I think the only other common denominator between people was across the world was kids, but not everyone has kids. you know, so now it's just everyone, these are in terms of shared experiences. So I think, again, this has just been a wonderful bright spot. Thank you all so much for joining. This has been great. Let's give virtual
Thank
claps
you.
fans for everybody. We hate to see you go, but feel free to go ahead and sign off and end the meeting. Let's give everyone a big more round of applause.
guys.
Thank you guys.
Rachel Hansen, Barbara Woods,
Thanks,
Tyler
guys.
Hilton, Marcus
See ya.
Walla.
Bye.
And Elizabeth, thank you so much. You guys have been great.
Bye.
And fans, make sure that you check out wizardworldvirtual.com. Those paid exclusive experiences, including the one-on-one private video chats, the custom recorded messages and autographs are still available. And if you check out Wizard World Vault, that's where all the past signed memorabilia and work of art from our favorite artists and vendors are. Again, let's be sure to support those local artists that aren't able to come to the conventions, because we love supporting our local artists. And thank you so much for joining.